So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called King of Comedy 1999. This is going to be another Hong Kong flick, starring, written, and directed by Stephen Chow. I hate this flick. I gave it 1 out of 5 stars. It wasn't as good as Shaolin Soccer or that other flick he was in with the Buddhist palm. I forget the name of it. But this movie sucks. There's hardly any kung fu action, and the comedy is lame. I don't know if it's because Hong Kong has a completely different culture in 1999, but what really pissed me off is the fundamental ignorance of economics, because they say deflation causes depression, economic depression, which is an old Keynesian fallacy. So they probably teach Keynesian economics in Hong Kong, which doesn't make sense because Hong Kong is like a bastion of free markets, no labor unions, no minimum wage laws. So there's that element to it. I just couldn't laugh at any of the jokes, no matter how goofy the Chinese characters are. Just not funny. Of course, the Chinese babes look hot. The Hong Kong babes, I should say, but they don't show any nipples or private parts. So it's kind of scantily clad Hong Kong girls running around with lipstick and fancy hairdo. You know, they look like Americanized girls, pretty much. If Americanized is a word. So there's that. It's about a struggling actor played by Stephen Chow. He's trying to be an extra, then he wants to play the lead role. Then he teaches this bar girl dressed up like a college virgin or something. He teaches her how to get the customers' money through acting skills, whatnot. He wants to become famous in a movie. He almost gets there, but they switch the actor for the major role on him at the last minute. He's kind of a Murphy's Law kind of guy. He's slipping on banana peels and stuff, as if that's supposed to be funny. But anyways, the movie doesn't make sense. It jumps from him trying to get an acting job to this strange girl in a bar who has nothing to do with him, but later on they bump into each other. And then there's the guy who serves lunches, who actually is an undercover cop for some reason that I don't understand. Yeah, the ending didn't make sense. I mean, it jumped from the undercover cop scene right to the end. So kind of sloppy editing and not really clear plot line from beginning to end. Kind of jumped around quite a bit. And so I watched it on Netflix Instant View. I'm on season 2 of Kung Fu. I just finished season 1. I watched a shitload of Kung Fu. And I finished up my opening brief. I felt pretty accomplished about that, even though it's probably not very good. But I'm going to file it, and I'm going to Well, actually, I gotta go to Kinko's and make copies now. So, yeah, that was the toughest thing I had to face, and if I did a halfway decent job, I'll be proud of myself. So, yeah, I better get going to Kinko's. I gotta make seven copies for the Court of Appeals in San Francisco. So, whatever. I did my best under the circumstances. I did it for my son and my mom mostly. Um, so it's a never-ending struggle for me. But now I have all this free time. I don't know what to do with. I'm taking naps after work and trying to wrap up all my court shit. Um, Divorce problems. So yeah, I watched this on Instant Queue. Not one of the better Stephen Chow movies. Not that his movies are spectacular to begin with, but he tries to mix comedy with violence, and there wasn't much of either in this movie. Not sure what the undercover guy was all about. He's the Shaolin soccer coach guy. Not sure what he was doing or how it tied in with the overall story. But there are a couple of scenes that are bizarre, like the geek kid with his two cleavers going after the triad guy. Um, the triad guy just ends up sticking $20, 20 Hong Kong dollars in his shirt pocket, and he just turns around and leaves. That part didn't make sense. Same thing with the Stephen Chow character. He kept trying to steal the actor's lunch boxes. I think at one point he took three of them, and the Shaolin soccer coach has like a saw like this, and he's just standing there the whole time while he takes these lunches. And Stephen Chow turns around and says, "Thank you," and then nothing happens. I mean, you'd expect the guy to hit him with the saw because they hate each other, but then they end up like becoming friends and doing some kind of acting role slash criminal investigation that he didn't quite understand. Not sure why it's at the end or how it ties into the story whatsoever. But I hate this flick. Couldn't really find anything redeeming, any kind of redeeming quality about it. Um, yeah, the Asian babes are hot, but they're always hysterical and kind of dumb, if you ask me. They're like dumb blondes, and from LA TV news reporter type of personality or something. So, not a good flick. Highly unrecommended. Skip it. And that's the end of my review. I had to go to Kinko's now. I'm running late, but 1 out of 5 stars. Laters.